bowl eligibility?
Well, you know, you look, you put an awful lot of work in. I think, you know, what was unique for these guys, I mean, truthfully, I mean, the part that's absolutely unfathomable is they play in 21 days. We've been in 4 different time zones. And I've never been around, you guys have heard me say this, I don't know if I've ever been around a just grittier, when it comes to a pure industrial mentality, is this group of seniors. And you know, just their ability to keep working, keep improving, keep developing says an awful lot about the way they can make a commitment. And they're much prettier football teams, but we do a super job when it comes to playing together and a group that's just unrelenting in terms of their preparation. Their commitment to preparation is, I've never been around a group like that.
Isn't this one of your prettier teams, though?
No, not even close.
You don't think this team is one of your prettier teams?
No, sir. No, sir. Who? I mean, when you start, and when you look at, no. When you start looking at guys that, not at all. Now, these are guys that, a good number of these guys never took a paid official visit to another FBS university, but they made themselves, grinded away, and made themselves contributors, and even more than contributors beyond. I mean, it's amazing for the human soul.
When did you make the decision at quarterback?
I can't give you a date and a time.
Was it early in the week when Romine missed practices, or was it last year?
Well, I mean, I think we had a hunch we were going to do that as we got later in the week with practices, and I thought he played quite well. Arion did.
How big were some of those third down pickups he had on third and short? He seems to have a knack for knowing how to get the chance.
Great instinct. You know, the reach on the one, which converted, which I think that drive ended up going down and being a productive drive too. He did a good job. He's just one of those guys. He really fits in this group just because of the way he puts his heart in it. I mean, that's what we are. We're a heart and a character and just a gritty, feisty, overachieving. If it's possibly a bunch of overachievers, this group's unlike anything I've ever been around.
And Jalen Robinette's now the all-time leader in yardage, receiving yardage for the Air Force Academy. Did you see that when he came into the academy, that he had this potential and he could?
He fits our model in terms of a guy with an awful lot of will. He's increased his ability level, you know, his strength, his power, certainly his skill as a receiver. He's significantly improved his route running, and he's a heck of a competitive blocker too.
So, Coach, you see this team at 6-3 overachieving.
Yes, sir. It's unlike anything I've ever been around. Just their grittiness and their work ethic and the way these guys have just stretched their skin and extended themselves ability-wise. I've never seen it. I've never ever seen it in the history of sports at any level. It's again, you go back to these. They're just, you know, you can't go through the number of guys that have just made themselves, that have willed themselves to be quality football players. You can go through a bunch of those spots, and you know, these are guys that somebody else, a good number of other people told them they had a low ceiling. They said, nah, let me just go. It might be slow and deliberate and methodical. Let me go see if I can develop. And they've done it unlike any other, like I said, unlike any other squad I've ever been around.
So if you had been looking at this season after 9 games, you would have thought, wow, I hope we're going to go 6-3.
No, I didn't say that. I mean, we're a day-by-day group. I've never seen a group that's just kept being able to stretch themselves like this group has. I mean, you go through, I think about anybody you bring in here, you know, that'd be the case.
You talk about your defense against Navy and Army. You shut both down pretty much.
We did a good job against the run. I mean, the 2 drives they had were productive against the run. You know, the penalties, you know, I think we certainly like to clean that part of it up, you know, but you have to. You know, I think they were kind of there were some words thrown around in pregame that I was a little bit surprised occurred. 75 minutes before kickoff, but that's allowed.
Words on who's exchanging words.
Especially in a service academy game, those were interesting. But you're allowed to. We live in a.
Jesse?
Last time I checked, it is the First Amendment says you can say anything you want. You can raise a flag, you can burn a flag, if that's what you choose to do.
Coach, you talked about that 3rd and 1 run by Aaron. That run where he got the first down and he got called back when he got to about the 4. When he went to the sideline and cut back up and he got held back because of the blocking with all the knees. Can you talk about that one? How impressed by
That was. Because just both quickness, some strength too. But he's a worker. He's one of those guys. Our guys would rather eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. How many of these guys wouldn't? Just try to work, improve on whatever that is. In terms of the way they're educated, the way they grow as young men, and boy, they want to contribute in the long haul of life.
Coach, is this the best CIC win for you?
What's that?
Is this the best CIC?
There are no. We don't live in it compared. We're not outcome or results. It's just not us. We're a bunch of daily grinders, and we're just not that. We're sturdy. We're strong. We have a purpose. But I don't know if we're really the roller coaster. That.
All right.
With 119 left in the first half, why was there not an effort made to basically set on the ball instead of at that point?
I thought we went down the field. We didn't run a fake and try to throw one down the
you did
field.
one, and then you ran up the middle, and then let the clock expire.
So we did try one, right?
Okay. After one, you figured that was that.
We had the ball start second half.
Yeah.